Welcome back once again. Nyesom Wike's ally, being Kelly, and his preferred candidate is now clashing with Similai Fubara. Recently, Similai Fubara has been favored following the APC criterion to screen the incumbent governors before the governors who want to seek for first term. And Kelly, seeing this particular move by the APC, is not happy. Now, remember, Kelly is the candidate of Nyesom Wike, and Nyesom Wike has vowed that he is not going to work with Similai Fubara, that he made what we call a political mistake, bringing Similai Fubara to timelight. Now, Kelly used that as a preference to tell Similai Fubara that Nyesom Wike picked him from the dock, made him this position, brought him from the civil service, made him this, made him that, and eventually made him a governor. That Nyesom Wike made Similai Fubara what he is today, that Similai Fubara is ungrateful. Now, you need to see the mind-blowing reply Similai Fubara replied. Similai Fubara went as far as stating that this man called Kelly does not know what he's doing. I'm going to be showing you what this, Similai Fubara stated and what Kelly stated. This is a statement and video they made previously before now, not knowing that the gimmicks of that attack from Kelly was to make sure Similai Fubara is displeased, and that is to tell you that this were the previous plot that Nyesom Wike had just to make sure Similai Fubara does not clinch on that position come 2027, and it shows a way to tell you that Kelly has been his candidate before now. I'm going to be showing you all in full context of the clash they are having recently and the reply Nyesom Wike has received from the Rivers State government led by Similai Fubara. As we speak, the screening is ongoing and Similai Fubara is not deterred over what is happening. I'm going to be showing you all in full details. But before I do that, listen attentively to this statement made by this young man regarding what is happening in Rivers State. And when we come back, we'll continue.
Anybody that vote Tinubu in power, you are a Nigerian. This is me calling name. You vote that old man in power. This man spent 4 years in power, nothing to show. No light, no security. Things are very expensive. Anytime I enter Nigeria, I work with 5 police to protect myself from unknown gunmen and kidnappers. And now he's everywhere, moving around, deceiving people, sharing you money. If you ever vote Tinubu in power, that man is an ancestor. Let him rest. We are not praying for him to die, but anyone that votes him in power, God will punish your generation. See, Nigeria don't ask for much. If you give them light, they are okay. Water, no water. You give them food, their food is expensive. Dollar, nyaba, everything is expensive. He did not vote for me. He did not vote for me, but I win.
Welcome back once again. You listen attentively to this prophet. This is a prophet hailing from a co-African country, having the sympathy for Nigerians of what they're actually facing. This is the reason why godfatherism is not to be encouraged, and that is why Similai Fubara is working tirelessly to make sure Nyesom Wike does not clinch the position, nor Kelly, his preferred candidate. So on that note, Similai Fubara has taken it upon himself. He has been quiet all this while, waiting patiently to pass his screening. And it is clear that even the returning governors who went for screening before Similai Fubara, they were just asked to bow and go, because they know fully well that there is a preferential treatment given to returning governors, excluding the new term governors. Now, look at the clash. I'm going to play the video for you to see the exact statement they made clearly. Governor Similai Fubara, has replied George Kelly. This George Kelly statement was clearly to Similai Fubara. This was a previous video he made, but now that Nyesom Wike has brought him as his preferred candidate, that is where a lot of persons started seeing that, oh, this is the reason why this young man attacked or clashed with Similai Fubara, where he went as far as stating that the governor of Rivers State, being Similai Fubara, could have remained a level 14 civil servant if not for Nyesom Wike, who made him a director of finance and administration, DFA, permanent secretary, accountant general, and eventually governor of Rivers State. Listen attentively to him and see the reply Similai Fubara gave to him eventually. Watch, and when we come back, we'll wrap up.
Drug addict telling people that would have been in level 14 or level 15. When you don't know people, you talk carelessly. And when you're already high, what do you expect? If in 2010 I was a chief accountant level 13, those of you who know the civil service, where will I be before 2023? Because you want to impress your paymaster, you talk carelessly.
Welcome back once again. This is exactly what has happened, and the clash. This happened previously, but it is currently trending, and it is now, giving a clear view to what these people has plotted, that Kelly was actually Nyesom Wike's candidate. That is the reason why he made him commissioner under Siminalayi Fubara's administration. He has resigned, he was reinstated, and he equally resigned. And this was a clear move to always undermine, and like being like a spy on Siminalayi Fubara's administration. When Siminalayi Fubara now noticed and kicked him out, and he now came back to be the rivalry of Siminalayi Fubara under the guise to take the governorship bid. Siminalayi Fubara's reply got a lot of persons, indigenes and residents of Rivers State, very much happy, because this shows that Siminalayi Fubara is now, bracing up to face his fears. Telling him that he's a drug addict, telling people, Siminalayi Fubara told him that you are going about telling people that I'm in level 14. When you don't even know, people, you talk carelessly when you already high on so many things he actually stated. And look at it, for you to see that Siminalayi Fubara is more intelligent than even Kelly. He stated, what do you expect? If in 2010 I was a chief accountant at level 13, where would I be in 2023? Those who don't know, those who know the civil servants know it very clear. So because you want to impress your paymaster, and who is that paymaster Siminalayi Fubara is referring to? That's Nyesom Wike. Furtherance, the political tension has resurfaced following the forms that Kelly had bought in the APC and Siminalayi Fubara's being screened and being favoured by the APC National Working Committee. Despite the peace accord reached between the Rivers State Governor Siminalayi Fubara and the Minister Nyesom Wike, it has now collapsed following the general election close, because what is here is that Siminalayi Fubara has resisted what we call godfatherism in Rivers State. Both Fubara and Wike seem to have returned to the trenches over who becomes the next governor of the state, in line with the content of the peace deal Bola Ahmed Tinubu intervened. Remember that as at December, the governor took everybody by surprise when he defected from People's Democratic Party to APC. And this was what knocked off Nyesom Wike, Kelly and his camp, because this same Siminalayi Fubara is now trying to clinch on the federal power that Nyesom Wike used as a minister to suppress him before now. Now, as if that is not enough, telling his loyalists to go and purchase APC nomination form for House of Assembly has also shown that he is ready for anything that wants to happen. So the group of elders who came out and purchased form for Siminalayi Fubara for him to return back to 2027 bid of the governorship in Brick House in Rivers State is a way to tell you that they are standing firm, they are not perturbed. That is the one reason why Nyesom Wike in his last press conference stated that even if assuming they're not considering these elders forced you to pick the form, when you know the agreement we had, why didn't you tell them that you don't want to go back for that seat? You were the person that made that promise and signed the peace accord and all of that. But the question here is, Siminalayi Fubara's interest is for the people, and he does not want any godfatherism to stand by him. When you look at this particular Kelly that is actually having this clash with Siminalayi Fubara, this Kelly is a loyalist, core loyalist of Nyesom Wike. He was the Minister of Works during the time Nyesom Wike was the governor of Rivers State. So it is now a very big tax for Nyesom Wike to comprehend, because seeing that the APC has favoured returning governors before first-term governors, look at the ones that were initially screened. They told them to take a bow and go, and that is what Siminalayi Fubara is going to face too. He's going to take a bow and go, because these are governors that have stayed. They don't want any rancor within their party, even before the primaries or after the primaries. So it is clear the scenario at this time has resolved that Tonyeku has also got to buy the APC form, and Tonyeku is also an ally to Nyesom Wike. So both Tonyeku and Kelly are working to see how they can clinch the position or the ticket from Siminalayi Fubara of the APC. If they don't succeed, then Chinda can now spring up from the PDP, all in the name to make sure this man leaves the office. What has this man committed to do, to face all of this? So it is clear, a lot of persons have stood and have advised and have prayed for Siminalayi Fubara that he should stand firm, that they are with him, irrespective of any doubt, that as far as they are concerned, that Kelly is from the same riverine dichotomy with Siminalayi Fubara, and may cause an organized confusion in the APC camp, but to frustrate the governor. In the case of Okechi Chinda, he's one of the same Ikwere who the biggest ethnic nationality with WIKE, and the fact that Chinda is yet to only a PDP aspirant, that has indicated interest for the governorship, may be in a better position to tumble the boat for Fubara in 2027, but none to avail, because Fubara is the choice of the masses. And it is clear that the governor has alleged to have endorsed the aspiration of 32 aspirants who recently bought their form to contest for House of Assembly via Chijioke Ihuwa and co. The endorsement cut across entire constituencies, and the bulk of them are the governor's loyalists, led by former Speaker Victor Okojombo and all of them. Interestingly, the former council chairman, being Chijioke Ihuwa, is a strong ally of Similayo Fubara, and he said to unseat the speaker, right, Honorable Martin Amehule. So Fubara buying and endorsing 32 forms and grassroots simplified movement and all of that, sources have it that there is a heat, there is serious heat in the camp of Nyesom Wike, so they don't know what to do. That is the more reason why Similayo Fubara has continued to move without any fear or favor, following the favor that the APC is even giving to him. It shows that he is there to make sure he defends himself. And as regards the Rivers State government has now replied to Nyesom Wike following his statement. Now the Rivers State government has firmly defended Similayo Fubara in light of his recent criticism from the Nyesom Wike's camp and remarks suggesting that Nyesom Wike suggesting that Similayo Fubara is prioritizing his political ambitions for second term and all of that. In an official statement, they went as far as telling and stating that all the statements made by Nyesom Wike are characterized and are misleading, are all politically motivated. This is a clear view that Similayo Fubara is equal to the tax, no matter what or how they want to sugarcoat it. So as for Kelly, Tonyecool and all of them planning on how to unseat Similayo Fubara is none to avail, because at this time this man is standing firm and strong. What is your view? What is your advice? Get to the comment section. Don't forget to share, like, and also hit the subscribe button. Turn on the notification bell and click on the like button so always get information promptly when we drop them here. Two ways to often appreciate Similayo Fubara in the comment section. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video.